A celebrity brawl during Fashion Week. Rappers Nicki Minaj and Cardi B got into a fight last night.
Hey, never has there been so much drama in one night.
This is my thing, Nicki Minaj, right?
I'm sorry, I try to be nice and, but she pushes. You see, she's doing this.
In a world dominated by rap kings, two queens rose from the shadows. From Nicki Minaj's regal reign to Cardi B's explosive rise, this is not just a rivalry. It's a battlefield where crowns are at stake and reputations are shredded. Welcome to The Sagan Show, where today we'll tell the most brutal rivalries in music. This isn't merely a tale of two artists. It's a saga filled with ambition, passion, and relentless competition. Prepare for an unfiltered journey into the fierce world of hip-hop, where every verse is a shot fired and every diss track is a declaration of war. Nicki Minaj, born Annika Tanya Mirage in Trinidad and Tobago on December 8, 1982, faced a tumultuous upbringing. Moving to Queens, New York, she endured a chaotic household with a drug-addicted father and a mother trying to hold the family together. These hardships ignited her hunger for fame.
You need to get something is bothering you inside. That's your insecurity bothering you.
She was fighting for survival. Her breakout mixtapes like Playtime Is Over and Beam Me Up Scotty made it clear Nicki Minaj was here to dominate. Born Belcalis Marlenis Almanzar in the Bronx on October 11, 1992, Cardi B was raised in a lower-income family. Known for her unfiltered personality, Cardi quickly became a social media sensation. Her time as a stripper, which she unapologetically discussed, gave her the financial independence to chase bigger dreams.
When I host in a club and the DJ wanna be like, two of my bitches with the real ass, make some noise, and I just be there like,
While Nicki clawed her way into the industry through hard bars and gritty hustle, Cardi B took a different route. With viral fame on Vine and Instagram, Cardi made people laugh and gasp. She wasn't shy about where she came from, and that authenticity would become her biggest weapon. Nicki didn't just enter the rap game, she rewrote its rules. Her talent wasn't confined to rap, she blended genres, collaborating with the biggest names in pop. Nicki was untouchable. She was the queen. Nicki's bank account spoke louder than her bars. $100 million in net worth and rising. Her influence extended beyond music, shaping fashion, culture, and even her very own empire of barbs.
While pop star Nicki Minaj, she's right here, right now, in a Twitter war with an MSNBC commentator.
Critics claimed Nicki sold out, becoming more pop than rap, but no one could truly challenge her throne until Cardi B came knocking. Her ascent would signal the beginning of an era defined by competition and controversy. In 2017, Cardi B dropped Bodak Yellow, and it wasn't just a hit, it was a cultural earthquake. For the first time since Lauryn Hill, a solo female rapper took the #1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100. Cardi wasn't just riding a wave of hype, she was a legitimate threat, and the industry knew it. She embodied the hustle and determination that resonated with a new generation. The track's infectious beat and relatable lyrics became an anthem, propelling Cardi into the mainstream and making her a household name. With her meteoric rise came a slew of awards, including Best New Artist at the Grammy Awards, and behind-the-scenes glimpses into her life. She was everywhere, on billboards, magazine covers, and late-night shows. But as her star began to rise, tensions simmered with Nicki Minaj. Cardi was claiming her space, and Nicki wasn't about to let some new girl snatch her crown. The rivalry escalated. The stakes were getting higher, and it was only a matter of time before the tension would erupt into something explosive.
This is my thing, Nicki Minaj, right? How you saying that I got ragged by Riley when there is so many footages of that night, every single angle, and where am I getting ragged at?
As Cardi's popularity soared, Nicki faced the challenge of maintaining her status as the queen of rap. it became clear that the game was changing, and both women were determined to define their legacies in the industry. The clash was inevitable, and the world was watching. The tension between Nicki and Cardi started subtly. Fans noticed it first: subliminal jabs, indirect comments, and passive-aggressive behavior. And Cardi was ready for the fight.
Little bitch, I heard these labels tryna make another me. Everything you gettin', little hoe, is 'cause of me.
Hey, stop with all the subs. Bitch, I ain't cherry. If you really want some smoke, you could pull up, you could get.
In 2017, Nicki released her track Swish Swish, and fans quickly dissected her verse, looking for hidden meanings and shots aimed at Cardi, sparked speculation about who she was referring to, igniting the already simmering rivalry.
Silly rap beefs just give me more checks. My life is a movie, I'm never offset. Me and my amigos, no, not offset.
Though neither directly named the other, fans and the media ate it up. The Cold War between Nicki Minaj and Cardi B had begun, but it wouldn't stay cold for long. It was an unspoken competition, a silent feud that permeated the industry. As Cardi continued to rise, Nicki's reign began to feel threatened. Cardi, ever the candid personality, addressed the brewing tension in interviews, often making veiled references to her rival without naming her. She spoke about the pressure of being a woman in the industry, hinting at the lack of support she felt from established female artists. The media played their part, fanning the flames of the rivalry, highlighting every social media interaction, every ambiguous tweet. Fans began to take sides, creating a divide in the hip-hop community. Each artist's supporters fueled the fire, amplifying the stakes. As Cardi's momentum grew, so did the intensity of Nicki's responses. The Cold War was heating up, and it was becoming clear that neither queen was willing to back down. The backdrop of social media added another layer to their feud. It all came to a head in 2018 at the Harper's Bazaar Icons party, turned into a chaotic brawl between two rap queens. Cardi, enraged by rumors that Nicki had spoken ill of her daughter, charged at Nicki, throwing her infamous shoe. The scene was electric, a blend of flashing cameras and gasping attendees, all bearing witness to a moment that would go down in hip-hop lore. In front of the world, their feud turned physical, cementing their rivalry in hip-hop history.
Now, I didn't know Cardi and I had an issue, but I guess we do, since you're saying it, and other people are saying it. She may have taken an issue with things that I've said, but I'm not going to bite my tongue.
As Cardi was escorted out, she left with a bruised body but an unbroken spirit. She had fought for her place in this industry, and she wasn't going to back down now. Nicki? Well, she laughed it off in interviews, claiming to be unbothered by the whole situation. But this was only the beginning of a feud that would captivate the public and divide fans. Social media exploded in the aftermath, with fans dissecting every detail, from Cardi's motives to Nicki's reaction. The fight reignited discussions about female rivalry in the music industry, forcing people to pick sides and intensifying the stakes. Commentators and fans alike were polarized. Some lauded Cardi for standing her ground, while others criticized the spectacle as unbecoming of female artists. However, one thing was clear: this confrontation wasn't just a moment, it was a declaration of war. The media circus surrounding the fight showcased the dichotomy of their personalities. Cardi's boldness against Nicki's calculated calm. Each artist had their narrative, and they weren't afraid to use the confrontation to further their stories in the ongoing battle for supremacy in the rap game.
And now Cardi's threatening legal action. It's been almost 2 months since that shoe-throwing fight went down between Nicki Minaj and Cardi B at Harper's Bazaar's Icons party.
As the dust settled, it became evident that their rivalry was far from over. Both artists emerged from the confrontation with renewed determination, ready to prove themselves on their terms. The stage was set for an explosive continuation of their conflict, and the world was watching. What followed was a war fought not just in the studio, but on Instagram, Twitter, and in interviews. Diss tracks were dropped, some subtle, others not so much. In Nicki's Barbie Dreams, she delivered sharp, playful jabs, hinting at her competitors, including Cardi, with lines that had fans speculating about her targets. Cardi responded with Money, a track that showcased her unapologetic hustle and a clear message: she wasn't backing down. Cardi accused Nicki of trying to block her from working with major fashion brands and other industry insiders, suggesting that Nicki was threatened by her rising star. Meanwhile, Nicki claimed that Cardi was using the media to play the victim, spinning narratives that painted her as the antagonist. The feud became so public that fans chose sides: Team Nicki or Team Cardi.
We get a better understanding, because I'm confused. I'm like, y'all hate each other and have hated each other for all these years because of a song? Like, what? You know?
All right, you guys asked Nicki Minaj versus Cardi B, who did it better? Who did the side-eye better? This one, Nicki's gonna win. Nicki just has the best side-eye.
Every social media exchange was magnified. Cardi's posts had a raw authenticity that resonated with fans, while Nicki's responses carried an air of calculated confidence. The rivalry became a spectacle, with each artist amplifying the other's visibility. Every tweet, every interview, every Instagram post was scrutinized, dissected, and debated. The media thrived on the chaos, making it clear that this was not just a battle for charts, but a fight for legacy. At this point, their feud was no longer just about who had the better bars. It was a battle of status, wealth, and who could flex the hardest. Both women were sitting on massive fortunes. Nicki flaunted her wealth with sprawling mansions, luxury cars, and high-fashion collaborations, representing the epitome of what it meant to be a successful female rapper. Her lifestyle was an extension of her brand, a carefully curated image that radiated opulence and power. Cardi, with a net worth nearing $40 million, was equally unrelenting in showcasing her success. From her hit singles to major endorsements, Cardi made it clear she was not just a trend, but a force in her own right. She embraced her roots, often reflecting her journey from humble beginnings to the heights of fame and wealth. Nicki was the established queen, reigning with a sense of glamour and sophistication, while Cardi represented a new wave of authenticity, raw, relatable, and unapologetic. As the rivalry intensified, fans began to debate which woman embodied success more genuinely. The media couldn't get enough. Every interview, every performance was dissected for clues about their feud, while Nicki's strategic responses kept her relevant, generating millions in streams, album sales, and social media engagement. As gossip columns exploded with speculation, fans on social media engaged in endless debates, creating memes, threads, and hashtags like Team Nicki and Team Cardi. The narrative spun by the media transformed their rivalry into a cultural phenomenon. Each new development, whether it was a tweet, a diss track, or a public appearance, sent ripples through the industry. The media's coverage was relentless, and both artists expertly leveraged this attention to their advantage. Every slight became a headline, every compliment a cause for speculation.
So Nicki Minaj spoke out about her fight with Cardi B. Well, you know, Nicki's got this podcast that she does, this radio show.
But with such intense scrutiny came its consequences. The pressure to maintain their personas and stay at the center of the narrative led to moments of vulnerability and frustration. They had to navigate the fine line between being entertainers and the characters they were painted to be. Ultimately, the media circus created an environment where the feud thrived, pushing both Nicki and Cardi to constantly evolve and adapt. As the stakes grew higher, so did the intensity of their rivalry, making it one of the most talked about feuds in hip-hop history. Now, as they navigate their careers, the question remains, can Nicki and Cardi ever coexist? Both women have made significant strides in hip-hop, but their rivalry has changed the landscape of the genre forever. Fans continue to speculate whether a collaboration could heal their rift or if this rivalry is the fuel they both need to keep pushing boundaries.
Haha. Between Nicki Minaj
Cardi B.
and Cardi B. Don't you think that those two women
Should be friends.
should collaborate on an album and have the #1 album for like 3 years in a row? Don't you think that should happen?
I think that would be amazing.
One thing is for sure, their stories are far from over. As they evolve, the dynamics of their feud also shift. Nicki has often emphasized her role as a pioneer in the industry, while Cardi has quickly risen to become a cultural icon in her own right. This tug of war between respect and rivalry keeps fans on the edge of their seats. Though the feud may seem to simmer at times, the underlying tension is palpable. Both artists know that their rivalry garners attention. And in the cutthroat world of entertainment, visibility is everything. Whether they choose to collaborate or continue the feud, the music industry will be watching. The future remains uncertain, but one thing is clear. Nicki and Cardi have both reshaped what it means to be a female rapper today. As they chart their paths forward, the world will be eager to see if they can turn rivalry into respect, or if the battle for the crown will rage on. In the end, the story of Nicki Minaj and Cardi B is a testament to the power of competition. They've challenged each other, elevated the rap game, and created a legacy that will resonate for years to come. As we watch their journeys unfold, we're reminded that in the world of music, the battle is fierce, and only the strongest survive. Their rivalry has sparked discussions about authenticity, representation, and the roles of women in hip-hop. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to The Sagan Show for more in-depth looks at the fiercest rivalries in entertainment. Until next time, stay inspired.